Mustard Plug. They've been around since the early 90s. Ska band. Where are they from? I can't remember where they're from. I think Midwest ska, I believe. I could be wrong about that. But I've been listening to them since like the mid 90s, probably about 4 or 5 years after they came out. I discovered them with Evildoers Beware, an album that I still own and listen to this day. But you hear the name Mustard Plug, you hear names like Skank and Pickle, Real Big Fish, and you're like, should I take this band seriously? And I don't know that they would be bothered by that question. But yes, you should absolutely take them serious. They're wonderful musicians. I'm going to review their new album, Where Did All My Friends Go? I got all my notes written down. I'm going to go song by song, read it. I'll make it as quick as I can. But this album, it came out on September 8th, 2023. It's 13 tracks. It's about 45 minutes, if I remember correctly. And I got a little bit to talk about. But yeah, they're one of those bands that, I think that one of the things that people forget a lot about music, especially punk rock stuff or punk adjacent music, is that you're supposed to have some fun. Yes, it is supposed to help in times of protest. It's supposed to be serious, but it's also entertainment. It's also artwork. So it doesn't all have to be like that. And we'll talk more about that while I get into the songs. But Mustard Plug's a band that we should all appreciate a little bit more, in my personal opinion. Let me know what you think about the little artwork and stuff at the bottom of the screen. If you like it, if you don't, we'll try to get more into that later as I move on with album reviews and things of that nature. So with the opening track being the title track, I thought that was a smart decision. Based a lot on the song, but just it flows really well. With this track, we're made aware that this is a much more mature Mustard Plug and that we're going to get some introspective lyrics with seasoned musicians that bring us the same type of music that we wanted and are accustomed to, but are tighter and honestly a better quality than I was actually kind of anticipating. Immediately, like upon the first song, I knew that this was an improved band, but it was still the same band, but it was tightened, it was polished, it was shined up, ready to present. Something that we can do a lot better now than we were able to do in the 90s is production. It's way cheaper to record an album, mix and master it now than it was back in the 90s. With just one song heard thus far, I've heard the singles from the album, but sitting down to listen to them all the way through for review purposes, it's clear the band took their time writing and recording this album. I'm very excited for this journey. The second song is called Vampire. It was, I believe, the second single off the album. It could have been the third, but I think it was the second one. And it was the main reason that I was so excited to listen to this record. An absolutely infectious song, very catchy. It makes me want to dance around. It's a very, very good song. It gets stuck in my head. Like it's in there. It's going to be there all day. So if you want to get into like a dancey mood, you want to lighten the mood around, dude, go check out Vampire. It's a great song. Falling Apart, actually, that was the lead single off the album. And I forgot how good it was. Upon re-listening to it, I was like, oh, dang. So I had a feeling that I was going to want to listen to this record over and over and over. And like 3 songs in, I'm like, oh, yeah, I forgot the singles were really, really strong. The album is shaping up to be very good. Doing What We Do is another very well-written, catchy song, continuing the trend of more mature lyric writing and a move in a direction I really appreciate. The fans that have been around for a long while are likely going to feel the same. Also, in this song, there's a bridge with like a hand clap. Dude, I really, really enjoyed that part. Another Season, Spent in Exile, is another great song lyrically. As a whole package, these 5 songs are as good as anything I've ever heard from the band. I like the production a lot too. I need to make a note of that. The hook on this one hits really hard, especially right now. The band seems super tight on this album. Dude, I'm telling you, I'm going to repeat a lot of the same things. Why Does It Have to Be So Hard adds a little keyboard to the song. It's a welcome surprise. A story song. I like that a lot. This album is super catchy. A great ska record. The drummer on this track is on point. I think it's called Halftime Drumming. I could be mistaken. The dancey beat, I really enjoy that. Everyday Wait is like a dad song or like a struggling middle-aged guy song, I guess. Middle-aged person song. And I relate to it immediately. I keep saying it, but the sonic noise from this album is great. Guitar tone is nice. The mix is really good. This is an album I'd be very proud of if I were this band. They've gotten their sound perfected and the vocals are really, really good. This is a positive, uplifting album, and I, for one, appreciate it. All That's Left Behind. It's the most different song on the album thus far. I like the lyrics. I love the drums on this song. The music as a whole is really solid. The last part of the song is really great. I think the first vocal part where he's kind of talking in a different, I guess, doing his vocals different. I'm not sure how I like it right now. It might grow on me, it might not. I don't know. But overall, the song's really, really good. Other than just that one little spot, it's a major, major win in my opinion. There were like 8 songs in, and that's the first thing I have to say that wasn't super positive. Which Way Up is the first song that I wasn't really feeling. Whatever the instrument is that they added to the song just sounds a little off. I'm not sure if it's me or the song. I listen to it in headphones, on a stereo, and in my car. I do that with all record reviews. I'd skip this one if I had the aux cord, though. Solid bass line in that song, though. The bass line in that song, pretty ridiculous, actually. Okay, they followed that first song that I'd skip up with like the fastest song on the record and a definite keeper. It's called Distraction. Sounds almost like Against All Authority to me. Really, really, really good. Something I really like. Against All Authority is a band I really enjoy. We're getting close to the end here. Rebel Youth Face is a super chill third wave ska song. Good background song or something to dance to. Could see this one being on a soundtrack to a movie or something. I need to go through and read the lyrics and make sure I understand the content of all these songs. Before I go any further, I just want to let you guys know that I do have a small record label. That is the thing that drives me, bringing content to you guys, discovering punk, talking about it, reviewing it, sharing it with everybody. So if you want to check out my Bandcamp, there's a link in the description. There's also a link to my Etsy page. I'll be showing you guys some shirts and stuff. I make all my own merch, so it's a very DIY rooted channel. So if you're interested in supporting that way and you can't find the information, let me know. I'll get it to you. Go support the bands on my Bandcamp, though. Dude, these guys are awesome. I got 4 releases on there right now, working on a 5th. All right, moving on. Sorry. Got to pay the bills, right? Fortress is the kind of song that makes you want to listen to the rest of an album. I love the hook. It's super catchy. It's a sing-along type jam. The bridge before the chorus is awesome. It's good to hear them add straight punk rock parts to some of their songs. Not all of them. You don't want them to be... Like, I think of Mustard Plug as a ska band. It's interesting because we're doing a ska-punk top 5 list tonight, and I hadn't even considered Mustard Plug. I considered them just a ska band, so I'll probably have to do a second video because I do rate them very high in ska, but I look at them as like a straight up third wave ska band. Now or Never is the last song on the record. It starts out super groovy. It's a good way to cap off a record. Feels like a song that would play through the ending credits or to end a set. Now or Never starts out super groovy. This is the last song on the record. It's a good way to cap off a record, in my opinion. Feels like a song that would play through the ending credits to a movie, or you might want to end your set with it. The saxophone in this one, nice surprise. Freaking sweet, dude. I loved it, man. I really enjoyed it a lot. So that wraps up the whole album, song for song. My end notes were 11 out of 13 songs were absolutely fantastic and ended up on my playlist. Also linked to that in the description. That's exceptional. That's 84.7%. So yeah, I'd say that's a win. It's 8.5 out of 10 mathematically. I may even bump it up to 9 out of 10 just because I like it so much. It's a great album. I've listened to it all the way through about, 6 times or so, and it has gotten better and better. And the very first solid, complete listen through on this new record, I enjoyed it a lot. Like, if you'd have just asked me, like, listen through it, tell me what you think of it right now, I'd have said 8 or higher, which I think is, for one listen, 8 or higher, that's pretty fantastic. And the fact that a lot of times you'll listen to an album and then you'll cool off on it as you keep listening to it, that's the way I look at things. I don't know. Some people say they grow on it. I guess it just depends. So as you listen to it, your opinion might change, right? My opinion improved to this album. I think 8.5, 9 out of 10 is where it's going to stay. Somewhere in that neighborhood. I'm going to split the difference, say 8.75 out of 10 for the new Mustard Plug album. Where did all my friends go? I emailed Mustard Plug, and Jim got back to me and said that he would likely be able to line up getting Brandon on the show. So hopefully we'll have them on the podcast pretty soon. I've been jamming this band for literally 30 years almost. Wait, yeah, 95, 05. Yeah, just almost 30 years, dude. That's crazy, man. So, man, I'm getting old. Ooh. But, yeah, this band is excellent. They're aging like fine wine. Oh, and not to mention, they're on Bad Time Records, dude. Shout out to Bad Time Records. They're killing it, man. They're home of the homies Catbite. I should have them on here at the end of the year as well. So things are really shaping up over here at the Punk Rock Review. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. If you like this kind of content, please let me know by liking the video, subscribing to the channel. It's absolutely free. You don't got to give us anything except a little bit of your time. I go on boop. So I would appreciate it. Let's hit that 1,000 mark. And I'm trying to hit like 10K like in the next 6, 8, 12 months. So yeah, I need you to help me with that, please. Anyways, yeah. That's a fun video. Good time listening to it. I'm doing that top 5 ska punk bands video tonight. So if you see that one pop up, let us know what you think. But otherwise, have a good day. Peace.